For the Motors and Control Lab 1, the Skills 2 section will be using a voltmeter to verify supply voltage. And with every 85 MT5 motor control system that you work with for this lab, they will give you all of the tools you need. So you will be given a digital multimeter that looks like this. And all you need to know with this is that these are the terminals. So there are 4 terminals. There's the V terminal, the COM terminal, the 200 MA terminal, and the 10 MA terminal. Okay? And now you want to locate the test probes given to you for the digital multimeter. So you will be given 2 test probes, the red test probe and the black test probe. With the red test probe, you want to plug it into the V terminal right here. And with the black test probe, first you want to find the test probe tip adapter plugs. You will be given 2 and a banana plug. So you want to get one of the probe tip adapter plugs, plug it into the tip of the black test probe so that it connects with each other. After that, you're going to plug the black test probe into the COM terminal. So the red probe goes to the V terminal, the black probe goes to the COM terminal. Once the probes are plugged in to their terminals, you are going to turn the function range selector switch to the appropriate range setting in the AC voltage section. If you don't know what setting to turn it to, you could just put it on the highest range setting and then you can decrease it later depending on how accurate it is. Okay, next step is just to perform an electrical safety check. And I will just read this to you. So you want to remove all metal jewelry. Be aware of the conditions of the piece of equipment. Do not rely on safety devices. Make sure the grounding prong has not been removed from the AC plug. Keep test equipment and tools organized. Do not work on a wet floor. Work with one hand whenever possible. This is important, by the way. Always work with one hand. Move slowly and deliberately. Do not work by yourself and do not get distracted. Okay? Now you're going to move on to the fault troubleshooting system. So for every 85 MT5 motor control system, there will be a fault troubleshooting system. And there are 2 types of fault troubleshooting system that I've read. So there's the one with a power cord that you could just switch on and off. And there's another one it doesn't have a power switch for this one, but it uses a USB cable to control the power. So for the one that has a switch, you could just switch it off. For the one that uses a USB cable, you could just disconnect the USB. So you are sure that that the system is turned off, which will prevent any accidental activation of faults. Moving on, once you are ensured that the troubleshooting system is turned off, you are going to go to the safety switch, and then turn it on by pushing onto the switch lever, pushing up onto the switch lever. You know how in skills 1 you push down? In this one, to turn it on, you're going to push up. And okay, so with this, the output jacks on the disconnect enclosure are color-coded, so they are going to be easily identified. You know how in 3-phase supplies there are 3 phases? The red terminal will be the first phase, and it will be labeled L1. The blue terminal will be the second phase or second leg. It's interchangeable, and it will be labeled L2. And the gray terminal is the third leg of the 3-phase supply, and it will be L3. So red L1, blue L2, gray L3. The white terminal is the neutral terminal, and this will just be called end. Okay, moving on. Now you are going to perform the following steps to measure the phase-to-phase and phase-to-neutral voltages. And I have read these. To me, they're just long, so I made this chart that it's a lot shorter and easier to comprehend. So in this packet right here that you print, you will get this worksheet, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There are 6 empty spaces for you to record your voltage measurements, and then the last one is just to answer what type of three-phase system it is. For the first 3, you will be measuring phase to phase, and then the last 3 is gonna be phase to neutral. Okay, so starting off with the phase to phase, for the first measurement, you're gonna take the black test probe and you're gonna unplug it from the COM terminal, okay? And then you're gonna plug it to the L1 terminal. And then you're gonna use the red probe and plug it to the L2. So black test probe will be on L1, red will be on L2. After that, you're gonna record it on the first section of the worksheet. Moving on to the second section, you're gonna keep the black onto L1, but you're gonna unplug the red from L2 and then plug it into L3 and then record. And then write down your measurements onto the second section. Moving to section 3, you're gonna unplug the black probe from L1, plug it into L2, and with the red probe, plug it into L3, and then record what you have to do. Now, for the fourth section, you will be measuring phase to neutral voltage. So what you have been doing for the first 3 is measuring phase to phase. Now you're moving on to phase to neutral. So for phase to neutral, you want to unplug the black probe from L2 and then plug it into the N terminal. And with the red, you are just going to plug it into the L1 terminal. And then record what you get for the fourth section measurement. Next, you are going to keep the black probe on the N terminal, and with the red one, you're going to plug it into the L2 terminal and then record for the fifth section, and then unplug it from the L2. Last but not least, you're going to use the red probe and then plug it into L3 and then record for the sixth section. After you record all these, you're done. And with the black probe that was in the neutral, you just have to unplug it. And then you'll be good to go. Okay? Back to this worksheet. You should have all 6 sections filled by now, leaving only one of this section, which is identifying what type of three-phase system you worked with. So there are 2 types of three-phase system. There's the Y configured and there's the delta configured. So you're going to figure out which one it is. After that, you're going to return the safety switch to the off position. So turn the safety switch off and then remove the test leads from the digital multimeter. And remove the test probe tip from the adapter of the black probe. So you're just going to unplug everything and unplug the probe tip adapter from the probe. And after that, let's see, where am I? I am here. After you unplug everything, you want to turn off the digital multimeter by rotating it off, and